Previously on the barndominium build, we tore these old barn doors apart and cut many different angles out of them and turned them into an accent mountain mural wall. A large piece of art, if you will. And so many of you had ideas on how we should finish this wall, and we appreciate all of the feedback and comments and ideas on that. So in today's video, we thought we would show you what we came up with, how we are going to finish this wall. But first, here's a quick introduction in case you're new around here. Hi there, we're Matt and Stacy. We recently bought an off-grid property in beautiful West Virginia. We've been busy making this property our own little slice of paradise, adding in a few modern conveniences, having fun learning all of the construction trades, and converting a pole barn into our future home. This channel is about my passion for painting with a torch and wax, and about our passion for adventure and taking risks. Consider subscribing and join this creative community. And don't forget, hit that thumbs up button if you're enjoying the video.
Hello, and welcome to another barndominium build project. Today's plan, or rather this weekend's plan, is that wall back there. We're hoping to get quite a bit of it done, but before we do that, we need to clean some space up back there. Let me flip the camera around and show you what we got going on. Alright, so we have a random Christmas tree in the corner, some boxes, an empty under the bed container, and a large pile of wood here. So that large pile of wood, I think is, well, most of it's shiplap, not I think, but most of it's shiplap. And I think what we're going to do is try to at least put the primer on, paint the primer, because the plan is to put that shiplap in between those mountain peaks back there. And I think it'll be easier if we at least have the white primer painted on it before we stick it up. We might even also paint the gray paint to match these walls, and then cut, and then just touch up the cuts edges. But we at least want to paint the primer. But in order to do that, this is the only empty space we have up here, so we need to clear this floor space out so we can spread some of those boards out and hopefully probably paint later this week. It is supposed to be 62 degrees on Saturday, which is why we are kind of switching gears and back into this project, because we're going to take these boards outside to cut. And since it's going to be 62, strangely enough, we'll see. It is rainy and like 39-ish here today, so it's hard to believe that it's going to be 62 on Saturday, but we're going to find out. Anyways, back to tonight's project, getting this mess cleaned up. Also, this is really gross, but does anybody else have an infestation of flies and little ladybugs? Like, look at them. They're everywhere. I don't know where they're coming from. And they just come in, and we just keep sweeping them up. And they die when they come in. And then we sweep them up, and then they come back. Alright, it's a bit better. We now have at least painting areas. So, probably gonna call it for the night. Go have some dinner. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Today was initially supposed to be beautiful, no chance of rain. However, there's now a 75% chance of rain for a brief few hours of time, starting at about 10 o'clock. So we are still hoping to get going on this wall, making some cuts, kind of dodging some raindrops throughout the day and hoping to get a bit more done. I'll flip the camera on and show you, but Matt was able to prime several of the shiplap boards while I made dinner throughout the evening. So we do have a jump on priming the boards, but yeah, we still have to cut them all, measure them all, make all those fun, funky angles and such.
Once again, we're cutting lots of strange angles. So what do I try? We'll see. Paint sticks, wing nut, and that. So hopefully I'll be able to get the angles, lock it in, and then use that as a tool just to kind of mark the boards. We'll see. I don't know.
I think it's a pretty smart idea. There's a game of Tetris going on over here.
Let's make a bunch of peaks, they said. It'll be fun. Let's not make them 45 degrees, they said.
I think we are figuring it out, though.
If Stacy had a nickel for every time I complained, she'd have this many.
Goodness gracious. Does it fit?
Well, I don't know yet. I think another hair, actually. So hard to tell. Pretty darn close. Just leave a bigger gap.
Trying to make tiny little adjustments, cutting these strange angles out, and lots of trips up and down the stairs.
Oh,
Now what's the verdict?
I'd say we go with it. I'd say it looks pretty good.
Oh, we're missing a piece.
No, not. It's here.
It doesn't quite fit.
Huh? That's because you haven't cut it yet.
Slowly making progress on these cuts, and it is crazy how warm it is out there today. It is 67 degrees, which is crazy for this time of year. Not that we're complaining about this warm spell that we're having, because it's allowing us to get some of this cutting done. So yeah, anyways, back to the wall.
Caught a Viking ship. Ahoy! Arr, I see mountains in the distance. Okay, get back to work.
The question is, does it fit?
Of course it fits. We already fit it.
I guess the question is, did you cut it right then?
Well, that's questionable.
And here's where we're going to call it for the day. We have about half, I think, of this shiplap cut on this wall.
weekend number 2 of this, and picking up pretty much right where we left off, cutting the shiplap to fit in between the smaller mountain peaks over there. It's supposed to be warm today, but right now it's like 28 degrees out, so it's a little chilly, but we are making it work. Progress is being made. We have this little piece here, and then the bottom will be done. We could start working up. I don't think, knock on wood, it should take too much longer. The frost is melting off the roof. Sounds a little like rain, but the sun is out. Hopefully it's starting to warm up. Alright, we have most of the pieces cut, at least all of the small pieces. We just have, I think you can see, I'll flip the camera out and show you. We just have up top pieces to finish cutting, but I think what we're going to do is paint the small pieces, and then we can just tack them in, glue them in, and hopefully not have to repaint. If we have to touch up, that'll be not a big deal, but just get most of the edges paint, and then we don't have to like try cutting in between the mountains and such. It just seems easier. And seeing these pieces up on the wall now, I think we are just going to paint them white. Well, not I think, I know. We're just gonna paint those boards up top around the mountains white, and then down on the bottom here, we're going to paint the gray the same color as the rest of the shiplap. We're going to paint that gray. And I think it'll be a nice contrast. And we debated about painting that like a certain color, like a blue, or kind of make it look more like a sky, but I just really didn't want to introduce another color into the space. I just wanted to kind of keep it neutral and really have the mountains kind of pop off, the barn wood itself pop off and be the focal point versus just introducing another color in here. Matt's got a lot of furniture and a lot of Lego that's gonna go up here. So I didn't just, you know, I just thought that's gonna be plenty of color and such, so yeah.
So it's time to get painting. And as we remove this shiplap off of the wall, we are labeling it so we know where each piece, in theory, hopefully goes back onto the wall once we get it painted.
That's the left side.
Alright, so hard hat area?
Yeah, we've gone the entire build without it. Finally unpacked it. So I figured I'd just put it to use. Got my hammer, little demo. Hopefully a little demo.
Yeah.
Not a lot of glue. It's so cold in here.
Oh, while I'm painting, Matt's gonna be repairing this little area from the heating and air conditioning guys. We had like a little hole left there, which we knew we would have to patch. So figured while we have this gray paint out, might as well fix it and patch it.
Also a nice discovery to see that they took out all the insulation between the wall to put the unit in here and didn't stuff it back in there. So this is a good find.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see, but there's no insulation there. I'm going to attempt to add some spray foam back in.
Maybe.
attempt, we said. This is a little outdated can, but we're gonna see. Perhaps not. Oh boy.
Well, that's not a good sign. Explode in my face.
Don't let it explode in your face as you look right at it.
Expand, baby.
This, guys, is what you should not do. Don't do what we do.
What do you mean? This is fun. Well, there's gonna be some in there anyway.
Well, we do have some insulation up there now, at least. Matt's hands may never come unstuck, but again, don't do this at home, folks.
All right, now let's get back to the task at hand, painting these boards. And once I get all these boards painted, Matt is kind of done with that wall air conditioning patch job. So we are moving on. He's going to rather move on to painting white along the stairs, just touching that up area. And I'm going to paint the gray down below the mountains underneath this shiplap area. Or not underneath the shiplap area, on the shiplap area. All right, well, these boards are now dry, and we're going to just lay them out and then start installing them, gluing and nailing them to the walls. How exciting!
And here we are cutting boards in the dark once again. Although, boy, check out that laser line. You can really see it.
It's a lot easier to work now. It's only 3:30.
It's not 3:30. Last board going in. And don't mind the checkered kind of painting job there. We have to paint these few last boards, but
Take two.
but we wanted to make sure that we at least got them up tonight. Because tomorrow it's supposed to rain again, and we want to be able to put the saw away and stay dry tomorrow. But for tonight, we're calling it, I am hungry. We need to eat dinner. It's well past dinner time, and time to sit down, have some dinner, probably a glass of wine, and chill, maybe a beer. At any rate, we'll pick you back up tomorrow, probably finish painting that. And yeah, just the final finishing touches. Happy Sunday. Today's plan is to finish up those tiny little things that I think we left you with last night. And that is paint a few more of those boards up there that didn't quite get painted. Finish this end cap on this wall. I think that's it. Anything else, Matt?
Who are you talking to? Hello? Hello? Who's out there?
Do we have anything else to do?
Nothing.
Okay.
It's all done.
I think that's it. So I think Matt's going to wrap that up. And because we're living in a construction zone, we could pretty much write our names in the dust that's on our bedroom furniture. So I'm going to dust and clean it up while Matt does those few things.
As I go to finish painting, I can't help but notice how almost perfectly framed in my old workspace is from my new workspace. Can't wait to stand here and be able to observe these views while I'm working.
Last tiny piece of shiplap. I think this is it for the shiplap. I was just gonna say, and it's a smiley face. Can you see how cute? Oh, I'm using up leftover pieces there from the barnwood, making our own kind of corner trim, if you will. What you need?
A pencil.
Oh, okay. Hold please.
Look. Thanks, Yoda.
All right, I think this finishes this off really nicely. There's going to be a top cap that goes up top there. I think that's what you would want to call it. I don't know. But we're going to put that on when we do the railing because we're going to paint it black. But this just finishes that off super nicely. Amazing what a little trim will do. All right, don't mind the wet hair. I just got out of the shower and Matt finished up all of the painting here, did all the little touch-ups. We do have to put a baseboard down there, but we have to go to the store and pick it up. And of course, they were out of the sizes that we needed. So that'll kind of be the last step of this area, and that wall is done. Now, I think the next barndominium video will probably be coming out in a few weeks' time. We're going to take a little bit of a break here in the barndominium, but I think it's going to be the railing. So stay tuned for that. But anyways, I also wanted to thank you so very, very, very much for coming along. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing and hit that bell down there if you want to get notified when we release a new video. Thanks again for watching. Bye for now.